These niggas just talking.
Hey, wait. Don't go. Listen here. This is Just Talking Podcast with Doc. No. How are y'all? All right, man. Now, in the other podcast, I said I'm going to go straight into this. Nah, this next day. Niggas is well, I was really doing that much shit. But we here. All right. And I think I alluded to this in the past two podcasts. But, you know, we gonna talk about the Elden Ring melania. Let me get the melania Blade of Mechalai fucking trailer. Blade of Mechalai. Trailer. I just want to hear the voice. I am Melania, Blade of Mechalai. Like, y'all niggas need to hear. Like, oh my.
Corpse after corpse.
Oh yeah, nah, corpse. Like, no, look. I won't lie. Well, I don't think niggas didn't know this, but I'm pretty weeby. All right. So y'all niggas gonna have to hear this for real. Hear me suck Elden Ring cock. All right. I'm not even gonna say pause after that. Nah, I'm here for it.
My wake.
Dog, bro. You know, if you... I'm not even...
My flesh was
Fuck it.
gold.
Like, I hate her, but I love this boss. It's perfect design. She had the little... What is the little... Like sword moves. Like, I'm a sword nigga, bro. Alright? Sword moves where they cutting everything up. I like it when I have it. Fuck a millennia nigga to have it. Oh my gosh, bro. And if you beat millennia, you can have that. Niggas will use it. My brothers used that against me when we were playing PvP. Fuck, bro.
Heed my words.
My words.
I am Melania, Blade of Mechalai.
Wait, hear that again.
Blade of Mechalai.
Who are
I
you?
am
Who are
my
you?
words.
Hear my words.
I am Melania, Blade of Mechalai. And I have never known defeat.
She's beautiful.
You will witness truth.
Even against the Ratar nigga or whatever, bro. The nigga that was riding the horse, bro. You see her.
You will witness true horror.
Oh my god. She had never known defeat, bro. She just like me. It's like, nah, the way I was going with the
Let your flesh be consumed by the scarlet rot.
Oh my god. Y'all heard that shit? God damn, nigga. Oh. Now, let's look at this Polygon article. And on the top, they wrote, it's an opinion piece. Fucking read. Let me not. All right. The title of this is Elden Ring's Melania. Let's let her say her name, right?
I dreamt for so long. My brother.
Her brother's Nikolai.
Heed my words. I am Melania.
Melania. My fault, baddie. She is Melania. So Elden Ring's Melania embodies From Software's problem with women. The game's strongest boss betrays the developers. I think she met Nico Dioy. Let's see. Okay, yeah, no pictures, no nothing. Yeah, it's a she. I'm not going to say anything. Overwatch 2, another article that she made recently. Overwatch 2 coach says gameplay isn't the key. It's how you are as a person. The Arcane embraces queer aesthetics but settles for a maybe ship. Overwatch playing that charms the internet with his acrobatic play style. What? No, I mean he's using that nigga. Of course he's gonna be acrobatic. Yeah, nah. She just makes weird articles. Hades is about erotic punishment. All right. These are the people who are being put on these gaming sites to make articles. And that's the thing. Obviously, this is just for controversy. So, whatever. Time to read this melania article. She lies there, deep in the belly of the hellic tree, as if she had merely dozed off in the shafts of light that filter down. Melania, the severed defender Mekhala, has fallen to pieces, her one good arm resting at her feet, of the whorls and gnarls that held her childlike brother. This enigmatic warrior captured the audience from the moment she appeared, because she's goated, and she featured prominently in the rest of the game's marketing materials, because she's goated. They gave her a fucking statue, because she's fucking goated. Let me stop. When instead of becoming the uncontested favorite, she's frustrated fans and revealed limitations from software's imagination. Dude, obviously, like, I don't even think people wouldn't say, like, she's their favorite boss. But there's just so many, like, other, like, bosses, so many other things that you can't really blame people for not having her as the only, like, favorite. Like, what? So she just has to be the favorite? Dude, people made an entire economy off of her. Like, you don't understand how popular just fighting her was. Who's the person who solos Melania? He got an Elden Ring fucking joint. Solo Melania. Let me solo her. Literally, this nigga became such a fucking popular meme. Even the Elden Ring developers fucking, like, that is so stupid for you to even fucking say this. That's how, whatever. Limitations are from software's imagination. If you ever seen all her forms, the limits of imagination, these niggas, bro, if that's the limits of their imagination, bro, then goddamn, bro, y'all niggas already got, y'all imagination is crazy. Like, y'all niggas, I'm okay with that being the limit. Like, geez, I'm more like scared of what could be. Melania is a hard as nails end game encounter, and while optional, she's a brick wall for a lot of players, reminiscent of other difficult encounters like Lady Maria from Bloodborne. It's a two-phase fight full of fast, lethal attacks as Melania heals from damage she's dealt to the player. Only not all of her attacks heal. Just some of them. As you encounter her in Alfel, she's instantly imposing. Her presence is quietly scary. Her movements are home practice. Blah blah blah. There's deep humor. Wait, actually, no, I guess shouldn't blah blah blah. Her voice is calm and unemotional. Her face is impassive. Everything in the first phase of the fight is designed to thwart and emasculate. What? I don't. Okay. There's a deep humor in the idea of a woman whose very attacks steal hope from you to empower herself. And the ultimate joke, just when you think you knocked her down, she gets back up one last. Lifesteal has been popular in games since I have played games. You dumb. Oh my gosh. Like, it's just like life. Like, oh my gosh. That was. Wait. From software bosses that have life steal. Yeah, no, dude. I'm not. I'm not going to get on them for having a lifesteal mechanic, which multiple games have had for multiple years since I had played. Like MMO Grand Chase. When was Grand Chase made? Like 2005. Grand Chase had lifesteal, male and female characters. Maybe I'm trying to remember if the bosses did, if some of the bosses did. I know, like if you played in champion mode, where almost every single enemy had like a passive or whatever. Like sometimes like super armor plus lifesteal. Now niggas were crying, but fucking just like nigga, oh my gosh. And it's like the fact that she's just saying like, oh yeah, it's a woman with lifesteal. Obviously, they were trying to make it like no, it's just lifesteal. If you play games, you would know that. But fuck it. Melena's first death triggers her final transformation into the goddess of Scarlet Rot. She emerges triumphantly from her blossom to spread tragically beautiful wings of skin rot butterflies. She is no longer clad in armor, and the camera does a long, slow reveal of her nakedness. Her body is crusted over with rot, yet reveals her breasts and genitals being as smooth as dolls. It invokes a confusing mixture of fear and titillation. Is what? Bro, I've watched people fight Melania. Shout out RDC War, shout out Afro Sanju. Who else did I watch? I've seen my brother, I've seen his friends. Like, I fought her. I've never heard anybody see Melania's transformation and then be like, God damn, she a scary bitch, but I wanted to step on. Like, I've never, like, people, when you first see that transformation, after you tried so hard to be her first form, like, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, in Elden Ring, you try hard to beat the first form, and then after that, you have to beat the second form with the items you have left. God damn, bro. Y'all niggas is crazy. I've never tend to dog. So look, if you got sexually aroused by Melania's transformation, all right, Miss Nico Deoy, Mr. Whatever. I don't know what you identify as. It wasn't on Google when I looked you up. But yeah, no, if you got fucking sexually aroused by that, keep that to your fucking self, bro. Her lack of protection does not feel like a vulnerability, but a challenge. Bro, she uses Scarlet Rot. Like, fuck, nigga, I need protection. Why the fuck you care about her? What about me? I'm getting fucked up over here. The final part of the fight accumulates into a whirlwind of aerial dive bombs, rod explosions, multiple copies of herself dashing around you. She finally dies. She recedes into the security of the rot blossom again, quietly threatening to return in a future time for retribution beyond the typical life cycle. And then they have the dog. What? Yeah, nah. It has her. Most of it is covered by Scarlet Rot. Like, she's saying it's smooth or whatever. I guess if you really looking at it. But nigga, when she was transforming, I was not trying to look at her titties or her fucking pussy. Like, what? Fucking AIDS, bro. It's just... Melania exemplifies the way From Software writes women in its games. Whether bosses or NPCs you meet in the wild, these women have a shared condition. They exist in a tragically declined worlds, like everybody else in From Software games. Everybody exists in a tragically declined world. That's the point of Dark Souls, a tragically declined world. That's the point of Bloodborne, a tragically declined world. These are not supposed to be like, oh yeah, I want to live here. No, these are dangerous places, and Elden Ring exemplified that perfectly with a open world format. Shared by specific brokenness, disfigurement, abandonment. Dog, there was literally someone called the Dung King or the Dung Eater, bro. Like, we don't say shit about that though. Oh my gosh. Disfigurement, abandonment, and loss. They're afflicted by Afflicted by gender? Huh? And the cure for when there are obstacles instead of mutely helpful is for the player to enact consent. There are females that you can buy stuff from. There are females that literally hold you, and it can cause a buff or debuff depending on how you do it. Like, I don't know what the fuck. Wait, what do you mean? Enact distinct violence. It is a particular kind of idealized femininity. What? It is a particular kind of idealized femininity. Nigga, wait. What about this is feminine? Like, are you saying that femininity is brokenness, disfigurement, abandonment, and loss? It is a particular kind of idealized femininity, as fantastical as the foreboding castles and giant trees. Demure, quiet, void of needs or motivations. Her motivation was protecting her brother. She literally says that in the trailer. Like, let's replay. She's the what of Mikolai?
Blade of Mikola.
Blade of Mikola. The one that her brother that she wanted to become. Oh my gosh. This is how you know niggas didn't even try to know the lore either. Melania is made of the same stuff. Is made of this same stuff and isn't ununanimously hate. What? Why would you? I hate when people do this in articles, bro. Isn't ununanimously hated either. Why are you putting isn't ununanimously hated? Just say is. What the fuck? Like, either there is passion for a giant red-haired woman in armor. Okay, so she's saying that it isn't hated, or like, I don't. Oh my gosh. Still, she is a contentious character subject to social media posts, memes, and arguments, like a lot of the other fucking bosses were in Elden Ring. It wasn't just her, but obviously, if she's going to be the hardest fucking boss, people are going to make the most about her. Because everybody, like, this is the accomplishment to beat games. You realize that, right? Fucking. It's obvious that there is a contingent of audience antagonized by her presence. I mean, she's an antagonist. As both a boss, even if optional, and a figure in the game story. I don't think anybody, like, has an issue with her in the game story. Like I said, if you actually know, Elden Ring is not one of those games where they just immediately tell you the story. I would argue that it's kind of similar. Like, Destiny has it as well, but Destiny does give you more of like a succinct story. I mean, Elden Ring does too. Like, you're trying to go to become the Elden Lord. So I guess there is like, but the lore and everything, both in Destiny and Elden Ring, aren't told directly as much as it is like inside other items within like some of the item descriptions. Like, you have to actually dig for that shit. I'm not blaming people for not digging for it and everything, but like, I don't like, nobody's been antagonized by her figure in the story. It's only been her quote unquote presence as a boss because she's an antagonist and she fucks niggas up. Like, I don't. Quite a few of these typal form software women are beloved by the fans, such as Emerald Herald, Dark Souls 2, The Firekeeper, Dark Souls 3, more recently Ranni the Witch. Editor note, Nico is being quite generous here, not listing Dark Souls, Maiden in Black, Dark Souls, infamously heaving giantess Guinevere, Nerve, Sekiro's Emma, and the quite literally named the doll from Bloodborne. The broader... That's an editor note saying that she's generous because she didn't name other female characters. But whatever. The broader gaming community usually reacts harshly towards female... No. That's not true, which makes the Slows-born community embrace them feel positive on the surface when that affection feels based on the empty, emotionless state or reduces them to infantilized waifus. You realize the hostility and that fondness spring from the same deep sexist roots, twins intertwined. Now look, I'm not here to waifu shame, okay? The only waifu, quote unquote, that I ever had in Elden Ring was when I was playing the co-op mod and I made a female character, and that's because I spent over an hour trying to make her look good, because From Software is very it's hard to make non-ugly characters. It feels like, at least for me. So I had to take a long time, bro. Like, niggas were upset with how long I was taking. To quote Matt Kim in his piece, why are female characters in Dark Souls games quiet and alien? While not exclusive to Japanese anime, this sort of archetype is one of the most popular types of characters in medium. Stranger is that these characters are actively fetishized for their outer worldly. What the fuck? Yo, who the fuck are these niggas talking to? A majority of the fucking community are not fetishizing these women like this. The lack of broad emotional spectrum. Yes, in a game where everybody is sad, depressed, like burdened by what happened in their past, obviously there are going to be more, like, everybody in the game. No one was trying to talk to niggas. Used here as an unfortunate euphemism for men's conception of female shortcomings. Makes it easier to believe that they are capable of such great strengths. However, once engaged, Yet one could also argue their lack of emotions used here. And this is not from this article. This is Matt Kim talking about female characters in Dark Souls games being quiet and alien. These niggas are aliens. Like, they're monsters, literally. But whatever. Yeah, one could also argue that their lack of emotions used here count here as an unfortunate euphemisms. Oh my gosh. From Software's female characters who deviate from this quiet doll-like appearance are still written with a lack of emotionality, which feels closer to masculine stoicism. It's a strange emptiness that informs every permutation of characters that woman embodies in this game. Bro, so if they made an emotional woman and whatever, people would have been upset, because then people would have been like, oh, what? Like, the stoicism is easily explained if you look into these niggas' stories. These are tragic. Like, niggas don't like, people, like, stoicism can happens a lot from tragedy. Like, in a sense, like, obviously you're going to be more emotionally guarded when emotional events have been happening all over your life. Bro, she misses her brother. What the fuck? Oh my gosh. Soulsborne games are infamous for challenging their audience over the years, attracted a particular kind of player base, often men who take their boss-killing performance seriously. To some, the difficulty is the point of these experiences, yes. Like, PS2 games, like, they're, like, I don't want to just fly, like, for example, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, it was cool at first. It got boring because I was doing the same shit, and that's what it, like, easy games, you're just doing the same thing over and over. This attitude has long kept many away from the studio's games. I don't give a fuck about the fucking pussies. But Elden Ring's popularity attracted... Like, I don't have to fucking beat every boss for me to be like, Elden Ring's a good game. Yes, I fucking... Like, oh my gosh. Melania's boss fight is punishingly difficult, and the audience hostile competitive attitudes often stepped in gender toxicity. Numerous Reddit posts, YouTube videos, and tweets talk about it. Let's see. My butt cheeks have never been this clenched, but the bitch is dead.
I'm sorry.
Who do you I'm on Elden Ring in Reddit now. Who do you consider Elden Ring Solaire? But my fault. Let me get back to the shitty article, I guess. So the Reddit post was one post. Also, the YouTube videos. Let's see. How to beat melania like a real man, not some pussy ass bitch. This one is not even talking about melania being a bitch. He's talking about other people. And that's because people were abusing certain strategies to beat her easier. And tweets talk about players' failures and successes. Mind you, for this tweet, do you know, she literally looked up melania and bitch. Literally, people are saying, like, bro, if I look up somebody's name and then bitch, obviously you're gonna find tweets where they're calling them a bitch. And I'm gonna be I don't know if I have to be the one that says it. Bitch is not a sexist slur. As was evident from the fucking YouTube video that she linked. He was even talking about melania. He was talking about people who fight her. And if you're going to say that a majority of From Software's customers are male, then he's calling males bitches, and it's not a sexist slur. Fucking stupid. People also fell back to the usual community discourse about the methods of beating her were more valid and which ones made you a pussy. Success over her took on a weird masculinized chest beating at times. Bro, I don't understand why being happy of your accomplishments can just be deemed as masculinized chest beating. Like, you don't understand. Like, that is why it was such a big thing when I was talking about let me solo her. And why he became such a huge figure in the Elden Ring community. Because he would go and help people beat her because of how ridiculously hard she was. Oh my gosh. These reactions are distasteful and not surprising. Like, just see Afro send you. Even Mark, bro, that nigga was spending hours. Niggas were spending days on this shit. Obviously, they're going to be fucking happy with themselves. It was a challenge, and they won the challenge. What the fuck? Masculinized chest beating at times. These reactions are distasteful, but not surprising. This boss fight creates fake friction between the developer's ideas about gender, its ideas about enabling a power fantasy, creates a weird performance where the game encourages players to embrace. A weird performance where the game encourages players to embrace failure. So when was embracing failure just a bad thing? This is what I'm talking about with this. Like, this article is just like, God. The bravado about being melania makes sense. She invokes the idea of virginal war of a warriors like Joan the Arc and Bran of Tarth, her purity and strength existing. Pure? I didn't think any of the fucking Elden Ring niggas were like fucking like that, but like I said, I ain't watching the lore. Like, obviously, like, the Elden lores were fucking, like, the way they family fucking life was. Like, I know a little bit of the lore and all that shit. And they were like niggas were switching husbands, wives, whatever. When faced with difficult defy, everything about her is hostile and taunts the player. Yes, she's an enemy. When faced with difficult, defiant women who have never been beaten, men cannot help but fantasize about being the one to take her down. I watched Mark from RDC World fight the Fire Giant. That nigga felt the same fucking joy as he had when he beat Melania. No one's fantasizing about being the one to quote unquote take her down because she's a female. They want to take her down because she's an enemy. From software style of hiding the world and story beyond item descriptions and esoteric and NPC dialogue, both make the world unreliable and mysterious, but also reinforces fans' biases towards what? Melania? She's a receding figure in the narrative, whether by choice or omission. There's evidence of whether by choice or omission, there's evidence of cut content that could have expanded her actual story, like a majority of fucking people. Her story is told largely in fragments, like a majority of fucking people, prior to encountering her in the Halagrail tree. The largest of her fight against Radon, the account shown in the story trailer released ahead of the game. The two demigods face off to claim the title. Radon cuts off her arm in a desperate move. She takes her sword and leaps into him, plunging the blade into herself, exploding into a giant rot blossom. The aftermath of this is clearly shown when the player steps into Khalid, blighted from edge to edge. If a fan missed the trailer, their first encounter with Melania's influence is felt when going to fight Radon. Witch Hunter Jiren, a herald of Radon, narrates about the general's decline due to scarlet rot. He's a shadow of her former self, and failed, crazed, eating compatriots like an animal. It's not hard to imagine how this would influence the audience into seeing her as it spurred fan discussion about how her transformation was cheating and otherwise fair fight. The fact that Radon was a master of gravity, magic, and also cut off. Bro, wait. Again, she fucking quoted something, or she fucking linked something on Reddit, and it's just who's the most evil character in Elden Ring. I'll go first. And this nigga fucking shows one of the fucking niggas that live in the fucking sewers. I forgot what his name was. Literally one of the highest rated comments is, I've killed 100k innocent Albernax who were just sitting around doing nothing. I'm probably pretty high on the list. Literally, and everybody liked that. The next highest one is Dung Eater number 1. Shibari 2. This Mog was the one that Mog is 3, but Mog was the one that the OP, the original poster had said. Peter Silvis, dude turns people into sex. Like, that's what I'm saying. Ricard, he was ruthless inquisitor who cruelly experimented on Albernax and brutally tortured. Who the fuck was saying it was her? Oh my gosh. Dog, the first post that talks about Melania is only has 52 upvotes. It's the only one on this fucking page. Bro. And it's like, it wasn't even.
Hey, Mom. Do you know
I'm fucking your brother! Fucking, hey, Mom, do you know Candace? Then bro was all, I'm fucking your brother! What the fuck, Elden Ring Mobius sweep? I didn't see Mobius. This shit's fucking crazy. I indeed, fellow TARDIS. Yeah, nah, that kind of geeks. Yeah. Okay. Let's continue, shall we? God damn it, bro. From software cut content. Rodon cuts off. Again, so literally her quote of people talking about her cheating, nobody was really fucking talking about that. So I don't know what the fuck she was bringing up. In order to shed light on Melena's journey, players must pursue a quest. Like, maybe people were saying that her transformation, her second form was cheating. Like when they were fighting her. I don't think they were talking about when he was fighting Radon. In order to shed light on, like, I don't understand why. Like, that's like saying Goku transforming to Super Saiyan is cheating. Like, nobody has ever said that shit. In order to shed light on Melena's journey, players must pursue a quest to save a young woman who's afflicted by Ra, who looks eerily like Melania. The story reveals a demigod dropped spore clones of herself were blossomed in Khalid. All roads from software games lead back to women being... Wait. So because she dropped spore clones of herself, it means that she's a mother? And then she links another article who's talking about Bloodborne and the horror of childbirth. I didn't play Bloodborne. I'm not even gonna fucking argue that one. Whatever. Fuck it. These narrative choices swiftly undercut her initially provocative design, cheapening their impact. What's the scariest thing about a team designers could dream up? A distinct warrior... Bro, and this is the worst part about it. If anybody plays Dark Souls 3 and they remember the fucking final optional boss and that fucking shit, the fucking dragon that literally has two forms as fucking well, the lightning nigga, what the fuck are you... Scariest thing team designers could dream up. A distinct warrior woman who does not care about them, slowly succumbing to a rot that infected her from birth. Okay. While Melena's character writing has grown slightly beyond the way women are from earlier from software games, her arc is still confined by the same laws. What could have been a place for mechanical and narrative? Like, what? Basically, you're saying Elden Ring should have been a different game. That's the only thing. It shouldn't have been a dystopian society. Because that's what it is. It is a dystopian society. And when in a dystopian society are they going to fucking, like, is everybody just going to be happy-go-lucky? Even in utopian societies, like, where everybody's happiness still, like, in all those books and stories, if you fucking read The Giver and all that shit, all these utopian societies always also have, because you can never have a true utopia. These niggas didn't even try to fake that. They wanted a pure dystopian society, and you're, what? Women continue to populate the path of either passive helpmeets or predictable obstacles? She's an optional boss. What do you mean predictable? Obstacle. Which the fan base is all too happy to step over. So basically they said that either women are either helpful NPCs or non-helpful NPCs. In what game is there another type of NPCs? And the reason I said helpful or non-helpful is because it doesn't even have to be an enemy. Some niggas are just not helpful. Period. It's whatever. While From Software's games are often intriguing meditations on the corrupting influence of power, the inevitability of death, and the lurking dread of cosmic horror, the woman in them feel like, and that's the issue. Like, there was no example of a male character that was just this amazingly written character that had his lore completely, like, regularly explained without key bits and pieces having to be read through item descriptions. She's literally just bitching that, like, Melania and other female characters didn't get special treatment over their male counterparts. Dog, there's literally a group of people who have to live in the sewers of the harlotry fucking sanctuary. Because they're not seen as people. And one of them is literally protecting it. Oh my gosh, bro. Yeah, well, that's the end of that article. And look, I'm not saying that there is no sexism in gaming and gamers and whatnot. Because, for example, I don't have an issue with what is this shit called? GTA 6 having a female protagonist. I just hope that they write her well. Melania, in my opinion, was written well. A older sister who wanted to help / protect her younger brother and felt as though he deserved to be the Elden Lord. I can't understand okay, fine. Say that you don't even talk about her story. You're like, oh yeah, it's hidden behind lore. They're not serious about it. Dog, what are you serious about? Because you didn't even try to fucking figure it out. There are YouTube videos already. Like, dog, this is what I'm saying. Elden Ring had a fucking economy when it came out, bro. Niggas were making YouTube videos on the lore expeditiously. Videos after videos. Podcasts after oh my goodness, bro. Like, just the very idea of what you're saying is just wrong. And like I said, I know there is sexism in games, in gaming, in games, in general. However, in GTA 6, if they not cursing up a storm, if you not killing hookers and doing all that, like, that's when at that point, I wouldn't even say it's it's because they added a female character. No. It's because they didn't want to be canceled. And this is my other issue, bro. It's just so stupid. It's like, why is there never a strong argument for things like this? Like, for example, let me see. There was actually terrible tweets and terrible takes when GTA 6 female protag reaction. Like, if you made an article about this, I wouldn't have been fucking upset. This is PlayStation lifestyle. You make an article about this where there was actual people. I don't even think it was a majority. Where there's actual people. Recent reports of female protagonist has had an interesting response. The idea of a GTA 6 protagonist upset one GOP Is this LaVarn Spicer? Please don't tell me it's that bitch. Bro, she's a congresswoman, man. Alright, I think it was 2 podcasts ago when I was talking about the fucking dick suck when Andrew Tate got fucking taken. Apparently, yeah, GTA 6 is going to go woke. They're also going to go broke. This GOP female congressional candidate. Dog, Florida people are fucked. I don't even know what this means, bro. Or I do know, the idea of having a female protag does not automatically mean that it's they had created characters and you can make female characters. It's not like they changed everything in the online mode when you made a female fucking character. No. It is literally, they already made it so you can have female characters. Now it's just going to be a protag in the story. Now, if they make a shitty story or they're making it too overtly basically how She-Hulk was, where it's every single even the Hulk couldn't even give her advice without her being you're trying to give me advice because I'm a woman. You think I can't control us? Nigga, no. It is a genetic mutation. Oh my goodness. Look, bro. I didn't even have an issue with She-Hulk twerking. I thought that she did it in the middle of the show and it was just random, and I was been like, I don't know if I would be doing that, especially on a show which I'm trying to like also promote to like. Okay. To be fair, I don't know who their target audience was exactly, so I'm not even gonna say it was kids or whatever or the younger generation. I don't think twerking should be in shows for the younger generation though, or like, yeah, not like they. I mean, it's not like they don't really see it on TikTok, the internet, and whatever. But I feel as though it's a little bit different when it's just on television like that. But whatever. It's also news of GTA 6 having a female protagonist didn't receive condemnation from males. You see, Mrs. Spicer, GOP candidate, is also very upset about the wokeness. Here we go again, wrote a very upset player. I'm expecting that there won't be any female prostitutes or strip clubs. I don't think this is going to be the case. It would be wild if it was. Seriously, no one wants this, complained another. I don't know why it's suddenly so bad to have products specifically for men. GTA wasn't a product specifically for men. It's a product specifically for older gamers. I can't count on how many times I've seen a comment that starts with, I love Tomb Raider games and playing as Lara Croft, but add some justification, complain about a game that hasn't even been shown off yet. I haven't even dared to look at the usual suspects on YouTube that go batshit crazy when they hear the word female. I would like to know who the usual subjects on YouTube are. But wait. But this is what I'm saying. Assassin's Creed, the what was the fucking dude? Two of my friends, like top 5 Assassins. Some of them even have it higher than that. Something like my friends' favorite Assassin's Creed games are the ones with the female pro tag. Like, I haven't even beaten all the Tomb Raider games. I have it on my PS4, and I enjoy playing it every time I get on it. It's just a fun, like, puzzle game, a little bit like shooting, fight. It's all travel-like. I've never heard bad reviews about... Okay. I was about to say Horizon Zero Dawn or whatever, and Forbidden West. I will say there was some weird, like, feedback on, like, how people wanted her to look sexier for her character design. I don't really give a fuck. Like I said, bro, I'm not playing those games to get hard. I'm playing those games to enjoy the story, the world, the environment, and just like to enjoy myself in a non-sexual manner. The strip club stuff at GTA and everything, dude, I feel as though, like, besides for missions and whatever, if you're just sitting in the strip clubs, usually you're an adolescent. Like, you were young. That's what that was like your version of porn. Like, besides actually just going up and looking it up. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not a majority of the, like, fan base is not, like, uniquely opposed to a female character. It's what it can bring, and I can understand that because there's so much lazy writing in a lot of female characters for the sake of just it being not even, like, I don't even want to say feminist propaganda, but just like for example, like the fucking Elden Ring criticism was from the person was saying, oh yeah, it doesn't feel like these people are actual characters. They're just one dimensional in how men view them. I'm like, dog, I don't like. You would have made the same argument, mind you, if it was an overly emotional character, female character, by the way. So I don't get, like, what is the balance to you people? I want to actually find the tweets that were like doing that. Jason Schroeder, Elden Ring has spent the last 4 years overhauling its culture and working to become a kinder, more progressive company. What does that actually look like? And what does that mean for the company's next game? GTA 6. And that's what I'm saying. Kinder, more progressive. and racist remarks. I didn't see any racist remarks. Okay, so this is a Middle Eastern guy. My fault. It's just a random guy on Twitter. It's just a random guy on Twitter. Stop. Don't cancel me. It's culture. A woman as a main character in GTA 6, and can you believe that women exist in the real world in video games? Oh, no, wait. He's defending it. Someone check up on the weirdos hiding in their mom's basement after hearing... Couple of things. Wait, was he... Was the guy who did the Jason Schroeder guy, was his Bloomberg article, like, bad? Like, I agree, like, cleaning up rape code, like, man, someone should tell Activision Blizzard about that shit. I do believe these companies should clean up their frat boy cultures. However, that doesn't mean that their most popular game needs to be quote unquote cleaned up. This is a crime game. You're playing as criminals. I'm not like, and that's the thing that people don't like. It doesn't make sense to me. Like, you're playing as a dystopian society in a dystopian Elden Ring where you're supposed to fight people. You're playing in a quote unquote real life simulator as a villain. GTA 6, GTA people are usually villains. I didn't see the racist remarks. A Latina protagonist isn't woke. Them calling a Latina protagonist woke after having Michael as a protagonist and then beforehand having a like Nico in GTA 4. I don't. Oh, were people apparently there's another article talking about people were freaking out over GTA San Andreas having a black main character. I didn't know that. But that's what I'm saying. It's just a bunch of stupid people who are just angry for no reason. I'm not gonna go and take the arguments of a few and try and like paint the whole picture of all gamers, all men, or whatever. I think that's very lazy. Very, very lazy. And then for someone to talk about Melania, not even mention her story, and just be like, oh yeah, it's kind of hard to find her story, but what did you expect for a female character when it's for every fucking character? Like, what do you, like, I don't understand that. Like, you do realize that most not even, like, storybook, like, be, like, explaining all the fucking prequel stuff about characters. No, that's never been what like stories have been predominantly doing. Of course, there might be sections where they explain a portion of the past, which is why you saw fucking quotes and people talking about Melania when they were talking about when you go to the fucking Kayla and you see Radon. There's fucking black scarlet blights everywhere because Melania fucking exploded and during her fight with him. And because of that, he went crazy. Because it is a rot. You are rotting. She hit her in the head. Hit him in the head. The fuck are we talking about, bro? The fuck are we talking about? The fuck are we talking about? Yeah, no, bro. Dude, in my opinion, female characters in games aren't really an issue. Like, and this is like, for example, I remember I was watching because I have found out that apparently one of the more original fucking fucking red pill guys. His name is Rolo apparently, and like, even him, bro. I was watching his shit, one of his videos yesterday. And it was like he was reacting to the streamer called the streamer named Destiny, whatever. And it was just like, it was so fucking... Like, both of them were like making bad points, bad arguments against each other. It was just lazy. Let me see if I can find what his channel's name is. was it after I was watching a little bit the Matt Walsh guy. I only watched Matt Walsh because like apparently he said an anime was satanic. So someone was all like, if I make a GoFundMe and for people to buy 100 books, and I buy 100 books, we watch a full season of anime, and he agreed. I was only watching his talking about that, but you know, this is a little bit too far now. Yeah, this one I was looking up Passport Bros. Maybe it's on the other account. Switch accounts. Kenichi. Yeah, because I only switched on one computer, didn't I? Whatever. Watch history. I just want to see if I can find it, to be honest. Escaping the Plantain. Oh my gosh, yeah, I still gotta get that thumbnail. I haven't even posted like the joint yet, the other podcast. So, you know, I can't find it. But basically, he was saying that you can't have a hero's journey with a female, and I was all like, "No, you can. There's been plenty." And his argument was just like, "Oh yeah, women start off with stuff, and men start off with nothing." And I'm like, like, if you're saying like implicit care and value in society, yeah, that like people are more protective over like girls and females and all that in general, if that's what you mean. But that doesn't mean that you can't have a hero's journey as a female. Like whether in real life, I was reading oh my gosh, bro, I've been trying to actually start reading actual books recently. I've been reading a lot of like actual books, like, or at least I've been trying. Like I've been jumping back in there between it. Creator's Code by Amy Wilkson. In that book, she talks to multiple different entrepreneurs that basically started their own business. Whether it's Airbnb, the people who started Airbnb. She talks to Elon Musk. Multiple people. One of the people that she talked to was the maker of spandex, Sarah Blakely. And I would argue that she, in my opinion, she had not spandex. It was originally called spandex, but then she changed it to Spanx, because it just sounds better. Or no, it was something with a K, because she was all like K in that time. Like the reason why people use K is it would like bring people. It was Spanx with a K, and then she changed it with the X. But because X looks cooler than K. That's a fact. But Sarah Blakely, I would argue that she had a hero's journey. She was a door-to-door salesman who didn't like how uncomfortable her pantyhose had to be, because when she would wear her clothes, it would ride up. And then when she was trying to like come up with the idea, because she had talked to a whole bunch of her other female colleagues and other like females in general talking about this. And then when she went to go and like try to like advertise her product to those companies that are already making them, they were all like, whatever. And she literally says, these are men who don't understand how uncomfortable it is because they're not wearing it. So then she created her own fucking company. She fucking marketed it. She was calling multiple people, doing all this work. Like, the idea that a woman can't have a hero's journey is stupid to me. I've read so many, like, that's the thing, like, whether, like, you can eat, like, I would say that writers in Westerns just, in, like, this, like, America aren't that good compared to, like, other, like, writers in terms of, like, some of the fictional stuff that I read. Like, I read Chinese, Japanese, translated novels. Even when I was in IB and I was reading those Woman at Point Zero, that was technically a hero's journey. Or an anti-hero's journey, if you want to argue that. I don't know. You can argue that Woman at Point Zero was a hero's journey. And in those societies, the value of women is actually is actually not that high, then that's what I'm saying. Like, if you want to argue, all right, Western stories, especially nowadays, since they have like the pro-feministic like mindset that doesn't really fully work in like certain stories and everything, and won't attract a good audience. But there was a book that one of my friends, that me and him just be reading a whole bunch of shit. Like me and him were reading the translated like Chinese and Japanese stuff together. I got him onto it. Then he ended up blowing me out the water with how much he was reading it. It was like and that's like there can be bad male protagonists. There can be bad female protagonists. That's it. The idea that a female can't have a woman's journey is stupid. The idea that GTA 6 is going to be bad just because the female protagonist is stupid. The dialogue, it might be bad because of how it's written. It's like the female protagonist might be bad because of how she's written. But just having a female protagonist is not bad. You know, I'm just going to end it here, bro. This is dude, I want to find that dumb guy's YouTube channel, bro. Oh my gosh. Rollo Tomasi. He looks like an old Tim Cook. The rational man. The rational male. Oh my gosh. What was why can't I find the one that I watched? No One Coming to Save You, Destiny. That's the one that I saw. I don't know why it's not popping up, surprisingly, that I've seen. Okay, yeah. So I was on that, but it wasn't showing up on my history. Yeah, so right here, he makes a fucking 30-minute argument about why the hero's journey doesn't work on women. And then niggas in the comments are like, a female hero's journey is to go from ugly nerd to prom queen. Yes, in a girl world, everyone gets a trophy and everyone is special and everyone's unique, so it's time to partner up. Like, it's just so fucking dumb, bro. Even some British and even some African ones, British and African ones that have like books or like fucking TV shows, like it's really just like America, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, maybe I think it's like they don't got good writers like that anymore. Like, for like that shit, and who knows? And it might just because people want to emphasize the fact that she's a quote unquote independent female who doesn't need a man. And I'm like, you can show that without her fucking using that in her fucking dialogue every 5 to 10 seconds. And then also like the She-Hulk's main villain being social media. A superhero's main villain was social media. Yeah, no, dude, I'm out, bro. This is just talking podcast. Y'all niggas, like, I gotta stop talking.
That was the Just Talking Podcast.